bitch, I'm a big. Yeah, I'm doing big drills. I fuck
It's the one that far, episode 86.
You gotta start telling the music you playing too. You know they be asking, yo, what's the song?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
They be fucking with my hand, yo.
Gotta
Wait, I
start
want to go straight to the
Drink champs.
Yeah, might as well.
I got my notes. Let me go to my notes. Go to my lies. Pull up my lies. Game drink.
You said you lied.
Yeah, I got them. Who want to go first?
I liked, first and foremost, I liked the interview. I liked it, but I like how he was like saying like they only let people perform in the Super Bowl that's like politically correct and stuff like that. You see how he peeped that? Like he said he didn't know who the fuck 50 was when he dropped from the ceiling. He said everybody else was right side up. He like, I ain't know it's him. He was like everybody that's safe could perform and stuff like that. He was saying like they don't know. Cause we say he's gonna play the 300 bar John. Remember he said that on there and Nori was like, yo, you can't play that on he said like if he's to be safe, he said he's gonna play either Hate It or Love It or How We Do, like something like that. And it's crazy because like, you know, he himself though, like he ain't
got that many of them kind of songs.
Not even that, I just feel like he don't be like for them folks, like how they try to please them folks and they play like, you know, everybody was like, they ain't, no, for the Super Bowl you gotta be like a certain like type of cut and stuff like that. Like you don't know what you can get with Game. Nigga said, remember he said in his first, when he first met Dr. J, he came with the crack and shit ripped on the beat. Like he just, he raw, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely raw. Something else I learned from that interview that was dope. Like I always thought he was with like G, and I didn't know he went to Dre first. You see what I'm saying? And he said Dr. J was pressing the issue for him. He sent somebody to the block 2 times for him to grab him. So that was dope too. Like
He said he went all over though. He was fucking with Diddy. He was fucking with.
There you go, right
before.
there. Stop. Let's stop right there.
With
and
Diddy?
there you go, right there. You was with Diddy for 2 years, riding around on jets and shit, and then Diddy one day just randomly said,
you should be with Dr. Dre.
"Shut up."
Yeah, that's just
That's the first one. The
Who is
second one was the lie when he said, when the Navy SEALs killed Osama bin Laden,
Playing
they was
One Blood.
they don't play fucking music in their fucking headphones when they on a fucking mission. It wasn't even One Blood. It was another song called Red Nation or something.
yeah,
Shut
PJ
Shut up,
Khaled. Yeah.
gang. It was a hell of an interview. I ain't gonna lie. Wack came that last hour. They could have kept that shit, but the first 3, I learned something. It was
I
good.
think I did hear something like that though.
Stop.
No,
It's
I'm
always
just
you.
saying, I think-
it would only be you to hear. I never heard nothing
I
like
think I
that.
did see
They don't
something
play
like that,
music
though.
when they like
No,
they
that-
lives
that
on the
was
I think
line.
they might
Like,
have played
You
it
could
on
tell
the
he
way
was
there.
lying.
Yeah, that was probably like his warm up song.
Nah, bro, you gotta be tuned in. You gotta hear what the people saying. Still sick shit, bro. That they looking for Osama bin Laden, bro. One shit of fucking say you listen to music. Oh, this shit was hot. You get your head blown the fuck up. You can't just be like,
No,
nah,
that's what I'm saying. Like on their way there, in the what's that shit called?
You can tell he was
Convoy.
lying though
The
because he said
Humvee?
The convoy.
they
Yeah,
asked
Convoy.
him. They said how you felt about that. He like I had to just sit back. What he say? He sat back and rolled one and shit like that, thinking about it. Like, nah, that's telling some. I could really say a nigga killed somebody to my music, but. That shit was crazy. I mean, how you feel about him like saying like they, you know, keep saying like 50 and then politically correct. Like they said like with him, he said he ain't get no call, nothing like that about the Super Bowl and shit like that. It was in L.A.
so when you look at Dr. Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, and 50 Cent, Eminem, right?
Kendrick too.
They all had an era, right?
Yeah.
What era would Game fall? When did Game have his own era? He falls under the 50 Cent era, right?
Yeah.
Why were you supposed to be there? Because you from the West Coast? That's not how it worked.
That ain't how it worked. He was, and really, he was kind of. Remember, he was saying in the interview he was equal with
His
50.
whole thing, and that's his whole thing. He's always felt like he was the guy. You were never the
Yeah, you
guy.
under 50. 50 was always.
And
better.
that's okay, bro. But
Yeah.
you've been fighting it for 20 years.
That's true.
You've been fighting it for 20 years. You went, I'm equal, I'm better. I'm equal, I'm better, I'm equal, I'm better. No, that's not how it worked. That's literally not how it worked back then.
He was bitter too, talking about the Super Bowl.
He's still bitter.
You could tell,
He
like,
feel like,
you could tell.
I feel like I think he got like real life abandonment issues with Dr. Dre
Feel like that?
for like years. I just feel like that. I feel like he feel as though Dr. Dre was supposed to make him the West Coast 50 Cent and never did it. Like it's been a minute since they got back on
But
track.
that's on him though. That shit paying out to what you do. It ain't. It's about the work you put in too. You can't just.
He put in work. He rap.
Yeah, but I'm saying, for you to be the West Coast 50 Cent, you got to go above and beyond. Them beats,
Yeah.
you got to kill them beats. He rap good on beats, but what are you doing besides it? You see what I'm saying? It's so crazy.
Self-sabotage, beefing with everybody,
Exactly.
dissing everybody. Every song is a name drop and all that.
He name drop a lot in song. And then to go like it's so crazy. You go to then and now. 50 doesn't really make music like that now.
He don't.
You see, he's still, Game still, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I felt like he was saying like I felt what he said when he was saying he was safe and shit like that. But it's just like, wow, like you said, why would they invite you though?
Yeah.
He always been in 50 shadow, to be honest, if you want to be real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what purpose would he have served? I mean, it would have been dope for him to play Hate or Love It on the air with him at 50. That would have made him go crazy too, but it's like, they really ain't need him.
And why though? And all right, so what if he did the Super Bowl? You would have still had to go on Drink Champs and talk downward on everybody. Still.
Exactly.
You still felt how you
been
felt.
awkward.
But I feel like that whole Super Bowl lineup, like he didn't really fit in. Like
It wasn't he
Yeah.
his era is represented by 50 Cent.
By 50 Cent.
yeah, not even him having an era though. Like you got.
But you don't think he would have
Eminem.
fit in more than 50 Cent?
Marcus from LA.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking
It
about
was branded
being
as a
from-
West Coast halftime show.
I'm just saying like as a like musically.
No, I'm
Like,
asking all y'all.
Yeah, like he don't have the songs like
No, I don't think he would
what?
fit in.
we got
He don't
got
have
50,
he don't have the songs.
No, I'm saying
That
you got
can't be
50
your
Cent.
argument,
I'm
though.
saying you got 50 Cent,
But we
Mary
not
J.
look,
Blige,
listen, we're not comparing them to 50 Cent.
Snoop.
If we going with a West Coast lineup, you can't say that Game can't be on there.
I
You
think it was
can't.
more of an aftermath lineup.
Yeah.
Then they should have said that. That's not what they branded it as.
what they branded as.
A West Coast lineup.
Mary J. Blige not from West Coast at all.
But that's what I'm saying.
Eminem from Detroit.
Yeah, and
But they
Eminem from
branded it as
Detroit.
something it's not. That's why
It
he
was
had a
Dre
problem.
Day. That's really what it was.
Yeah, it was. It
Ain't that
was.
what they was calling it? Dre Day?
Dre Day,
It's really
yeah.
Dre. Not really West Coast. It's really Dr. Dre. It's really his picks.
Had to bring Snoop out. You know, he launched Snoop
say.
career. Who else? 50. I ain't like how Game said he was on some bullshit too. You heard? Remember he was saying when he heard In the Club beat, he was ready to kill everybody in there trying to take the beat. Like, there's no way in hell his In the Club would have been better than 50 Jones. 50 Jones is what bought him out, bro. There's no way in hell.
Yeah, nah.
I can't even picture Game spitting over In the Club and that shit being like how 50 Jones was.
Was he even around that early game?
He was around.
He was around.
Just wasn't the point of focus at the time. Never was. Nowhere
That's-
he was at.
He always trying to be bigger than what he was. That's what it is though, trying to be bigger than what you was.
The
Like,
only thing I do believe that I don't knock him for, well, I'm torn between believing him or not, is all right. So he said, all right, this how me and 50 fell apart. This around the time where 50 was coming down on Fat Joe, Jadakiss, and all them, right? Game said he went to Hot 97 and said, I don't know what's going on. I'm cool with this person, I'm cool with that person, I'm cool with that person. And 50 followed back up and said, all right, well, he cool with them, he not with us no more. And that's how they fell out.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a shootout and all that shit. I'ma say, I can speak, you can take 50 side and say, dog, you knew damn well what was going on. The whole world knew. That's why they asked you on Hot 97. Everybody knew what was going on. But I'ma also say on Game side, if he honestly wasn't down to do the diss shit, and he said that, he should have just played the game on Hot 97 at the moment and then pulled 50 to the side like, yo, I was literally just with them niggas. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, I don't think he was lying at that point. He probably really did think like, I thought this shit was real, to where he could be like, he thought it was real, so
Yeah.
to the point where he could be like, this is just rap. They going at it. Cool. I'm not gonna make a diss song about 50 or do no music with them, but I'm cool with them. They cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was thinking more so because I don't actually have issues with these niggas, then
He
I
just
could go on
rap
Hot
shit.
97 and say I don't have issues with these. You gotta remember, rap was really WWE at the time.
Yeah.
So he was supposed
he
to-
said he thought everything was real.
Yeah, so he
said
didn't-
growing up seeing
Big and
Tupac
Pac
and
and
Big.
kill,
Yeah,
He didn't go with the script,
Yeah.
basically, and that's how they fell out. I believe that. I do believe that. It makes sense.
You think 50 Rome falling out with him now?
Yeah, 50 self-imploded G-Unit.
Yeah, but
He did it
Game
but he did it with everybody else. It's not just Game. You know what I'm
Game said
saying?
he
Did it
fucked
with
it
all
up.
of them.
Yeah.
But Game said he said he fucked that up though with the whole remember because he was saying with Norris he said when him and 50 on the joint you can't even tell they from the east or the west coast. They got he made up some crazy word and shit like that.
He mixed Wu-Tang
Yeah.
with NWA, some corny ass shit.
But he was saying like when they're together, their music was definitely crazy together. But I mean that's the path they're supposed to take though. We go forward. They were supposed to split up. Feel me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Game didn't break up G-Unit. They self-imploded. It was always issues between them. He
So
wanted to be
now-
like responsible for it. No, they was cool way after you. Like they
Okay.
signed Mace, Mobb Deep, all kinds of shit was going on after you. And to your defense, you went on and did some shit too. You know what I'm saying? You went on and did what you had to do too. It wasn't that deep. You know what I'm saying? So
he already had his foot in the door, so he was cool. Like,
it's cool. He had multiple deals after his G-Unit deal, and his Aftermath deal was all that. He had a couple Aftermath songs, a couple Dr. Dre songs after that, but his issue is with Dre. Like, he feel abandoned. Like, he can go on Drink, like, he went on Drink Tape and said all that shit about Dre. Dre's not going to respond. He's been rapping about Dr. Dre and Jay-Z ever since he got from over there.
he
Two people that
better.
he still wanted Jay-Z verse. He still wanted, no, we not fucking with you. And for you to still be as successful as you is, I'm not. You could let it go, but the fact that he can still rap at his
I heard,
age is
though-
impressive too, though.
What, they can rap, you said?
Yeah, he can still put out music at his age.
Yeah, they bro.
He like a
can't-
Jim Jones. He
You know
always
who's
gonna
the
be
good for the
able-
gab, I don't
He always
think.
gonna be able to get a
But
feature.
I was saying though,
Not gonna turn down a game feature.
he had like a split up or something like that. They said the chick got half of what he do or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he lost the settlement with
Yeah.
over some revenge porn shit. So she basically getting like points. He basically rapping to pay her off.
Pay off. Yeah,
Damn
that's
near.
crazy.
Yeah.
She got points on the package.
Yeah, he about to pull it up right now.
Oh, the forfeit ownership. Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Royalties and the game ordered to forfeit ownership. Wait, hold on, can't read. T about to pull it up now.
Oh, that's what he look like now?
No,
No,
they
he-
got braids now.
I was about to say, yo, he got green hair. What's up with niggas?
The game was ordered to forfeit his record label, LA Prolific, that's the joint he named after Nip, and all royalties from his 2019 album, Born to Rap, to Priscilla Rainey, a former contestant of his She Got Game dating show, who claims she was assaulted by the rapper while filming in Chicago. Niggas is wild and too horny. Rainey filed suit in 2015 for $10 million, but the rapper failed to appear at any of the trial's court dates. Rainey was awarded $7.13 million by Illinois court in February of the following year, prompting Game's legal team to appeal the decision, which was ultimately upheld by a higher court in October 2019. In her decision, the California state judge, Virginia A. Phillip, noted that the rapper would be held in contempt of court should he go against the decision and collect any money from the project or the label. Oh, that Born to Rap label. That's why we didn't get no videos or nothing from it. Yeah, that's wild. Remember the LA Prolific joint was right
Niggas do
after-
be too horny though.
It's too horny.
Too horny.
And we
too
talk
horny.
about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Why
$7
is it-
million for some. That's a lot. That's some expensive
Yeah.
head or whatever y'all did.
Why niggas be doing that though? When you rap and shit
Can't
like
help
that,
it.
niggas got you
In
should
their
have,
defense, that should be falling out their phone on their lap,
you
bro.
should have bitches by the boatload. You shouldn't have.
And that's the problem.
That's crazy,
You just said
yo.
that's the problem.
That's the crazy.
Having bitches by the boatload is the problem.
Yeah, they up something. You know they going. That's
$7
Entertainment.
million to a random.
Dog,
that wasn't
entertainment.
married, no
That's a
relationship.
filthy game, yo.
She ain't got no kids by you.
that's just a settlement, right?
Yeah. So she probably went for a dub.
No, she said.
No, she said 10.
She said dom.
Settle out at 7. She
She
killed
good.
y'all.
Yeah, she good. She good. She good. How much think y'all pay the lawyer? Probably about 2 of that.
Probably 1. Taxes.
Yeah.
Ship at that shit. She probably got a cool 5 for nothing. Yo, he did from 10 to 7. Yeah, she cool with a 5. She probably somewhere with 5. Probably got 4 left.
That was the chick picture right there. T that was on that joint.
Yeah, that's
probably-
what I'm looking for. I'm trying. No, that's not her.
Oh, I thought I said for her. I thought it was her right there. I said for her.
I'm trying to find what
She
look
probably
like.
picture probably not up there.
Yeah, she probably on some like trying to be like.
Like you said, the niggas be too horny though. You
I
gotta
remember
relax.
watching that show.
You gotta
I-
relax. What'd you say?
I said I remember watching that show. I just don't know.
What it was called?
She Got Game.
Oh.
That's
Yo,
her?
when you in that,
That's her T? Yeah, like, come on, gang. What you
she
doing?
look like she Ford. Yo.
Come on,
She
Yeah.
look like she forward.
She like she
Yeah,
Ford
what you
though.
doing?
Gotta go with
She-
the
she
Woody
done-
Wop.
she hustled him.
Before he got flagged
Yeah.
for paparazzi.
Like she
Low,
Ford.
low the
I
bitches. That
remember.
be niggas down for.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
So what you saying? You gotta get like you gotta have a chick in the game, or not in the game, but like in a. It's so crazy.
Man, you can go to Target and find your wife, man.
You have a wife though. As soon as a nigga decide to step out, that's when they start trying to extort you. I tell you what, that should be crazy, dog.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
shit
do no
real.
dirt. You can't. You gotta be single in the rap game.
I
yeah.
applaud rappers like we talk a lot about J. Cole, right, and Kendrick, right?
But you don't never hear him in no bullshit.
Right.
Chance
only
is like a
thing-
prime example.
and people like Chance and
Chance
artists
the
like
Rapper.
that when they're not making music, they're not in the
What happened to Chance the
they're
Rapper?
not in the
Public
mix
eye,
with
never
dumb
did
shit. You know what I'm
negative.
saying?
He
We
happy.
complain about
disappeared.
Cole and Kendrick not being in the mix as far as music, but imagine them because they're not doing music, they doing other shit. You know what
what's
I'm saying?
crazy,
They doing
though?
vlogs and all this other weird shit. Like yo,
You don't want that negative shit to be like you be known for that more than your music too. So that's good. They stay out the way and shit like that. Like that's definitely good.
You wouldn't even know, cause J. Cole got like a whole family.
Huh?
I said you wouldn't even know. J. Cole
For
got
real?
like a whole family.
Yeah, like-
Kids, wife, everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all don't know he got kids.
he
That's
came
crazy.
into the game married. for
Kendrick,
real.
Kendrick too, right?
Kendrick got kids and shit.
I don't know about Kendrick.
I think Kendrick married. But
Whatever they doing,
J. Cole
they
got a whole
really
family.
low
He
key.
with her, he with his girl. I think
They
that
really
he was,
low key.
that he came in the game with though for sure. He's
Yeah.
still with her.
It's like I was saying.
He made $6 million in hat sales. You not. He don't gotta do none of this shit no more.
Chance the
Who,
Rapper?
Chance with the number, the
That's-
3 hat. I
yeah.
seen
That's
it.
fire. That is fire. Who this right here? Oh, this is chick right here.
who this right here? His wife?
Yeah, that's a girl. Since he came in the game.
Yeah,
They've
just
been
get
together
you-
since like high school.
Yeah, just get your
Oh, that's a good joint. She alright too. That's a good joint.
yeah, just get
That's-
who you gotta get.
Oh
and
yeah,
get
it
the
said
fuck
they
out the
welcome
way.
their first child.
That's a good joint. I don't know. You gotta, stay out the public eye. No negative shit.
They realize what makes them happy.
Yeah.
It ain't none of this superficial bullshit.
Another thing that was dope in the game interview was I don't know if it's true or not, but he was saying that how he met Nip.
Who?
He said he met Nip on Slauson. He was hustling. Then one day Nip walked up to him and gave him a CD.
I think that's true because Nip said the same thing.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he.
But
he be trying. He trying.
I'll be on his
game.
top.
Yeah, he trying.
because because their relationship is funny to me because it say a lot about Nip because you would think one was older than the other the way they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not to put
Nip
that
younger
on.
than Game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he
He was
damn-
rapping famous and was in his car driving around and Nip came up to him and gave him a CD.
His game like what 40, 42?
42 was
Nip like 30 something.
yeah.
Early 30.
I don't think so.
What?
No, I was to my ex question and shit. We was gonna talk about Bel Air. I told him nah. We already
Who that?
Jug.
Oh, all right. No, but shout out to him. Yeah, I believe that. But what was another thing? Oh, they said Game lost home. Game fell out with his brother over that Nipsey Hussle shit.
Yeah, I heard he got a brother that looked like
The
him.
LAX tour.
It's that
Big
pol-
Face
that-
100.
The LA politics is
The LA
different.
politics shit. He said he had to rumble about that behind that shit.
Yeah, you know what I read about
I
the game
believe
too? They was saying, so this is not, so this is before this shit. They said like somebody, I guess he linked up with somebody, told him they had like a whole bag of guns and shit like that for him. This nigga went and met them. What's that famous beach in LA called? He met,
Long Beach.
no, that's where
Venice?
Snoop from.
Santa Monica?
Just Santa Monica. He went and met the nigga, right? To get the guns and shit like that. He got him, bought him, and she told him he was paranoid driving back. First of all, why would you go by yourself? You're an entertainer, right? So you already know they book you, they gonna crucify you anyway. You know what I'm saying? You buying illegal arms. Why would you do that and then go? That's stupid as shit. Then why would you still talk about it? Like it's just like,
Yeah, street nigga first.
Yeah,
He
he was
never,
saying
never
a
left
lot.
that street mentality.
Yeah, him and Wack, they stuck.
that's crazy. They ain't got nobody consent for that shit though. You see what I'm saying? Like send somebody. Like
They
you
not
know?
the type of nigga to do that
Yeah,
though.
They got
They wouldn't do that
want-
on the street,
need
so they
the
wouldn't
stri-
do that
they
in the
need
industry.
Hands on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
They need to strike. But another thing he was saying was how he was growing out of doing certain shit. Like he was saying, like back then we used to make fun of 50, say he was with the Secret Service and the FBI and all that shit. No, he just had a couple legal guns around. But fast forward now, that's
But everybody got now.
That's
Need it.
essential.
You need it. Like,
he was saying as
bulletproof
far as
everything.
like certain decisions going on,
Especially
like
being where 50 Cent from.
yeah, he was saying with certain situations going on in life where
He from Tasky?
he could like crash out. You could crash out or squash some shit. Like he was saying back then, it wasn't no
Crashing out. I mean squashing the shit.
yeah, it wasn't no get on the phone and squash some shit. It was just crash out when you seen them. But now, and you know them LA niggas, they do that. Like
Yeah.
they'll bring two killers together. Like yo, y'all got
Yeah.
chill.
Squash that shit. Yeah.
So he said a lot of that changed his way of thinking. Like how as far as hip hop, you know what I'm saying? He was saying like with the drill shit, like instead of drilling, like we got to make it cool for two people to come together and
Have a
talk and mend that
conversation.
shit. Because he was talking about the drill scene, like New York and Chicago and all that shit.
Well, that's good though when you see somebody thinking like that, like
Yeah,
Roof.
you just got to
Yeah.
live long enough to think like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
I
what he
respect
was
that
saying. He
shit.
was saying back then that he was like, when I used to like bid off niggas that was like 38 and moving like that, I used to bid off because I didn't think I would ever get to that. You know what I'm saying? So once he got to it, he said I sort of had like a reflection type shit.
We all prime examples of that though. You don't think how you thought like.
Yeah.
And like you remember how when you was in like say if somebody was like gay or something like that in middle school or high school, you know how niggas be like making fun of them and shit like that. You fast forward to now, everybody got gay family members. It's just like it's normal. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everybody thinking different change over the years. Like you said, it's good he got to that though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that was 40. That's a 40-year-old man. Right there, you know what I'm saying? So that was important to see. But the interview wasn't as bad as I thought.
no, it was a good job.
And for him thinking he better than M and better than 50, that's his right. That's his right.
Well, you
I feel
supposed to
like
be
that.
confident, but you got your
But I
mama,
ain't
but
there.
you supposed to.
But because this is my thing, you rap good.
Yeah.
So, but 50 and Dre and them, they formatted them songs.
Yeah.
Because if rapping was the case, if that was the case, then Puffy would be
Who did he write for?
expletive. Who?
Game.
I don't know.
They said he wrote for somebody. It was-
He said he wrote. They said he wrote in the club.
They tried to say he wrote "What Up Gangsta," but Shot
mean,
Money
What Up-
XL
What Up
went on
Gangsta.
Clubhouse and said we had that record before he got signed.
50 Cent John? What up?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, you wasn't.
Yeah, that's
But if that was the case, if rapping was all it took, then Puffy wouldn't be who he is.
exactly.
DJ Khaled wouldn't be who he is. Everybody be like, Khaled don't make no beats. No, but he do everything else around that
Everything, yeah.
motherfucker.
All the
Like, you know what I'm
intangibles.
saying? Jermaine Dupri, we was just talking about not too long ago. Yeah, 50 put that shit together for y'all. Y'all all can rap. But it's about here go the hook, here go the beat, here go the topic, here go the feature. Here, do this. This beat, we gonna do this and that. You know
They
what
still
I'm saying?
beefing to this day, him and 50.
Who?
Or they just don't, they don't speak in terms.
Game?
Yeah, Game and 50.
No, I don't think they be.
That should be on and off, like him and Floyd.
Him and
But it's all based off of I'm better than you / we equal. That was his whole thing, going right into that shit. I peeped that early, right into the
interview.
yeah.
He said it though too. Like he came out and said that shit. Him and Floyd relationship tricky too. Them niggas, like you said, they be cool one year, the next year they be beefing and shit.
He was saying people had called him to like set up Drake before.
Yeah.
That LA shit. Like people would call him the line like Drake up. I think Drake called while he was there.
Yeah, he
On the-
did.
yeah,
That shit was
did he
funny
get
as shit.
into that,
Nori was like,
That
Nori.
story?
No, he never got into it.
I felt like I missed it, but
He was
never
drunk
never
as
got
got
shit.
into that shit.
They
No, he
go
never
off
got
on
in. He
tangents
probably
on that
can't.
show so much. They go off
Yeah.
on tangents. Nori cut people off all the time.
Yeah,
and
always cutting
Nori
people
was on the
off.
phone with Drake. He told us, "You don't like my chains, them."
He got
That
into
shit
the
had
he
me
got into
cracking
the he
up.
got into the Meek shit with Wack.
Yeah, Game and Meek was beef. I forgot all about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't about shit.
Yeah.
And Wack, they got Wack up there.
It
Wack.
was over
Beans
the
was-
Drake shit,
Beans
right?
Like you
was a
said, they could say
casualty.
that whack shit though. That shit, whack shit
Beans,
was
Beans
whack.
was a
Yeah,
casualty.
it started going downhill once he got in. Once he got on the, you know what I'm saying? It went downhill once he got involved in the conversation. But it was definitely I thought it was just gonna be all cat. Like,
What?
There was some valid points in that,
you know,
John.
he made some valid points. Especially, I can't. We not from LA, so a lot of that he went into that bag with the LA shit. So a lot of that shit I can't. You know what I'm
Foreign
saying?
territory too. We don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. So a lot of that.
I listen to a lot of LA niggas and I like watch documentaries, all that type shit. So a lot of the shit he was saying made sense, especially like, so I get like a more like, I understand that perspective a little bit more than a typical East Coast motherfucker.
yeah.
So it's like a lot of the shit he was saying, it's like certain things it was only that way to move at that time. You know what I'm saying?
like they vicious with the phone game or
Yeah.
knowing who coming in and out of that.
Checking
motherfucker.
in and
Yeah,
shit
like
like
they
that.
heavy respect.
But that's not a bad thing. When they say that, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's just like, all right,
Hey, why
let it-
they media
you gotta
turn
be-
into like a bad thing,
You
right?
got to be
Tekashi.
affiliated with somebody. It's like if you go to jail, you got to be affiliated with somebody.
Mhm.
If not, then you just out there. You liable to beef with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have somebody just not even it's not say like, yo, bro. All right, I'm gonna cut you a check. This that. No, just on some thorough shit. Just check in, let niggas know you here, and they gonna show you like around
Said he
that type
talked to
shit.
Pop 3 days before he got killed.
Pop Smoke.
He was saying Meek called. The reason Meek squashed it with him because remember Meek moved out there with Nicki Minaj. So it's like I'm not about to come over there.
And I know it ain't safe and
Yeah,
shit like
it's a
that.
away game. I can bring as many niggas as I want, but
That shit over.
Still is.
His
Still.
game said he was bringing like 60, 70 niggas with him everywhere he went.
yeah,
niggas will blow their whole budget to bring their crew. He that type. He street nigga first.
But that's smart though.
Especially Meek
He
at
squashed that joint.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's beefing over nothing though.
You gotta be smart. You gotta
Yeah,
know
he was
when.
saying like because Game was saying like, yo, y'all be coming over here. We don't up and leave this weather and what we doing over there to be like, I'm coming to Philly or I'm coming to New York.
Yeah.
So we got that advantage. We
Yeah,
can
they don't.
stay over here and
you
holler at
gonna
y'all.
come here eventually.
Yeah,
if
got-
you
You
wanna
rapper,
be.
if you the rapper you think you is, you got to come over.
You
here.
you do gotta
Got to
over
come
for
this
sure.
way, like you know what I'm saying. So a lot of his shit got, you know what I'm saying, squashed over the phone or whatever. And it
At least you
made
can do
sense.
that. That's
no,
grown man
'cause
shit though.
In LA, they respect the higher ups more. It's more structure.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's more structure. Like the
With-
gangs, you got to
yeah.
tap. Like even if you do some foul, if Game would have said some foul shit in that interview,
He be
as
on
to
the
where
phone right now.
Not that, or he'll be having to get DP'd. Like you'll have to go back to the set and they'll like get what you. The old heads to get what you might have to like squabble, fight, all that type shit. You want
He
to do
say him and his
something.
brother still don't talk.
Yeah,
That's wild. Yeah, him and his brother don't talk.
they stand on business
I respect that politics because it's some type of
structure.
Yeah,
Whereas
Philly is like
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
just
call. I can't call an old head
everybody
from
against
27th
everybody.
Street or whatever other hood and
Yeah.
say, "Yo, like, come on, yo, we both lost enough. It don't need to go any further."
That's why LA better.
Because
Like,
they
like
not
that
plugged
shit.
in with their young boys. Just like I might not be plugged in with all my young boys. This young boys every day breeding in the works, trying to earn stripes. You can't control that. It's like the rap population. That shit is.
we could get into that later too.
What?
Yeah, we can
He said his young boys every day trying to put in work,
pop
breathing
up,
into
earn their
work.
stripes.
Yeah, earn stripes.
So it could be a young boy from out my hood right now that just popped up. I have no idea about him. Never seen him. Probably last time I seen him, he was a young boy.
yeah.
And then he just popped up. Now you 13, 14 trying to earn stripes.
You know what's
He the
crazy?
man now.
No, you know what's crazy though? It be like that. How you just said that. You say you got somebody that been out there, grew up there, they moved from out there, they go to the store out there. Niggas that just came out there think, oh, they ain't from out here. Y'all new niggas. You know what I'm saying? It be niggas that grew up out that jump
It's
going
just a
out
big
there.
ass
So it's,
disconnect within our culture.
that's crazy too. Like
No respect. No, none of that shit.
And the Kanye, he melded me with the Kanye shit.
But my thing is always good with this. I always get respect from the motherfuckers that they respect. So it's like
Yeah.
you see the respect, so you better fall in line with it because it ain't that.
But it wasn't a bad joint like I thought it was gonna be.
It was funny too.
I thought they was gonna go in there and straight put on a BS show. Like
that was a good and I don't really, you know, it's crazy. Like you said, I don't really fuck with Drink Chance like that because like Nori be cutting niggas off and shit like that. But it was a good like
I think that's why he.
that's
Nori
why,
funny
yo,
as
that's
shit.
what turned me off to that shit early. In
when he
that
cut
shit.
up, when he cut
Yeah.
people off and shit like that, right? But I mean,
But
the
Nori
Kanye joint
funny
was
as
dope.
shit though.
Yeah,
I think
It was
since the
funny.
Kanye joint, he got better at it. Like
Yeah.
I guess he see like, damn, if I shut up, we might.
Shit, he
get something.
should though. That's a big ass platform. You should just shut up and let the people on
But
that
no,
joint
you
talk.
are
like.
you got drinks, bro. People gonna
Yeah, you
open the
got-
fuck up,
Yeah.
and you bringing game.
But he
Game
still
known for
cut him
drinking
off,
Henny.
though, 'cause
Yeah,
he-
Game was
he
like,
getting
"Can I
his
talk?"
bag.
Yeah.
It's funny as shit though.
That joint based out
I
of
look
New
at that
York?
as part of the show.
Where they at? They in
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
Miami.
I look at that as part of the show. Nori funny as shit.
Yeah.
Nori got his own liquor or something. He should. If he ain't got it, he
There's
need
all
to.
kinds of shit on that
should.
table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Niggas
brought
probably-
shit for game and all that shit.
Niggas probably passed the fuck out when they done Drink Champ show. I know be like, yo, got tapped
You
out.
see
Like,
that?
yo.
They
I thought he was
Take a
gonna
break.
cry. I
Yeah.
had him for crying. He ain't cried though.
Who?
He said a
Had him
couple
for
people
crying for
threw up
something.
on that.
Who
joint.
game?
Yeah, I had him for crying about
I ain't
something.
having from crying. I knew he was gonna get emotional. I ain't having from crying though.
Yo, shout out to Josh. Joshua was getting on my nerves talking about Game ain't live on the joint. Like, yes, the fuck he did. I heard one lie so far. I'm in the crib looking at my notes like I'm on
I heard a
live
couple
3.
lies. Yeah, I heard-
I heard a couple lies. All that. Then he said he was better than. All right, so we can talk about that on the way out. He said he was better than Eminem. How y'all feel about that?
Fuck no.
I'd rather listen to Game than Eminem.
And that's
Yeah.
I think that's the whole consistency of it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. I think that's as far as it
You
goes.
probably relate more to game,
He was
but
saying
my
like in
brother
a
was
verse,
just
in a
arguing about
verses
that.
you win by default because
But you gotta
your
think
music is more palatable to us. I get
Yeah.
it. I get that. I get what you're saying. But if M still had it the way he had it, and we
It
was
washed.
still,
It was washed. It washed.
I'm not even gonna say M don't got it no more. I think
But
he
I'm gonna
just
keep it a
trying to
bean.
do
I
too
feel like
much.
M is one of them motherfuckers we respect, but we don't really like his numbers is crazy. Don't get me wrong, like astronomically crazy.
He just
Middle
came-
America.
he
I'ma
just
keep
came
it
in
a
with-
bean.
America.
He just came in with the right people.
Yeah,
He had the right people behind him. That's all.
that and not even
That's
that.
it? That's
not
just
even
it?
that.
That's-
not
I'm-
even that.
Nigga
I
had
feel like
talent too.
That's
He talk-
wild, yo.
Yeah, he had
Niggas is
talent
wild,
too.
yo.
Come on,
Not
dog.
bad.
But he I'm not saying he don't got talent, but you saying like based off his
Who
numbers,
we
he
come in
had
with?
the
Let me
right.
ask you that. Who we come in with?
Talking
Dre.
Dre and shit?
No, that's not how he
If
came in.
Eminem came
How
out
you
now,
think?
would he be as big as he was?
Yes.
You think he
Middle
would?
America, nigga.
Eminem is kind of iconic. He's the first
all you got,
first
middle
white
America.
person I
Sorry.
seen rapping crazy and stuff like that. He could come in. You thought he came in with Dre, right?
He didn't. He
could
was
come in
a
with them
battle
Dre-
rapper with
Yeah.
Rawkus and all that shit. All them boom bap hip hop niggas. Like that didn't happen till later.
And let me say this: he could come in with Dre beats. You still have to kill the beats, bro. You still
Dr.
got
Dre wasn't
yeah.
at 8 Mile.
Fuck no, he wasn't. He was.
They wasn't battling for the aftermath contract.
Yeah.
No, nigga, he had his that shit was harder back then. Like wasn't no net, wasn't no internet. They was mailing demos. They was still playing with the mail and demos.
But the
and
numbers
battles and
came
shit.
in with Dre.
Right.
Of course.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. He came in with rock. The people.
But he'd have watched anybody before that Dre deal too.
But we're not talking about. I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm saying
You
the
saying
numbers.
Dre carried them. is
Yeah,
what
I'm
it sound
saying
like
the
you're saying.
numbers. I'm saying the numbers came from.
The numbers come from talent though, bro.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Aftermath.
The numbers
he
wouldn't
just
be
smart-
the
Numbers
numbers
come from geographics.
Yeah, the numbers wouldn't be the
You know
numbers
that.
He's
without.
a pop star. So what are we talking about?
We talking about the white dollar. That's what we talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Oh, every fucking black rapper in hip hop was scared of him at one point. What are we talking about? Because the same way y'all feel about Eminem, I feel about Kendrick. They're
he-
the same person.
you
One
can't
white,
s-
one not.
They both carry aftermath. It wouldn't be no aftermath without Eminem, bro.
Yeah.
So you can't even say like.
That's not our argument though.
Even
Yeah,
D12.
that's
So
not my
what's the
argument.
argument? What are y'all saying? Because I don't
listen,
like doing that to him because he's
no,
white.
this is what I'm saying.
'Cause
This is
that's
exactly what I'm
That's
saying.
basically what Game just
I'm about
did.
to
Y'all
tell
don't
you.
like him now, so I'm better than him.
No,
now.
that's not what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. His numbers, yeah, hell yeah, numbers, all that shit. Songs even good, but I feel like he is a little overrated
Compared to who?
compared to himself. I'm not comparing him to nobody.
Why is he overrated? Because of what?
What do you mean?
Because of where people, it's people out here that's gonna put Eminem in they top 3 rappers ever.
I'm
their
not,
opinion.
but I respect
That's
it.
their opinion.
He earned that.
It's their opinion, bro. You can't knock nobody for their opinion. Mello
Yeah.
probably in your top 3 somewhere. That's not nobody else. It's their opinion. It's
Yeah.
opinionated.
Like, I think if he wasn't white, he'd be what's a rapper y'all barely? He'd be Common or Most Def or something. Like without the numbers. So, but
That's who he came in
don't
with.
say
right?
at 40 years old he corny. He can't be corny at
but
40 years.
he literally just said what I said.
But
If he wasn't white, I said the white dollar is the reason he got
Yeah.
pushed to a higher
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
It's a
What you
random
mean?
white boy spitting
but he
like
get
this.
the respect from the rappers though.
But you just said what I said. All right.
So y'all think he overrated because he white? Is that what y'all saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Is Kendrick overrated?
It's like if
Kendrick
you
is
see
very- I think Kendrick is overrated.
Oh, all right, cool.
If you see a white motherfucker jumping out the gym dunking and shit, but you see a black motherfucker doing the same shit, it's more like, oh shit, that white boy. You know what I'm saying? You stepping into a black
Subconscious-
dominated
yeah.
business.
Subconsciously, you want to see yourself in whatever entertainment entity is succeeding. So, yeah.
Right,
All right.
right.
I don't like Kendrick though. I think they're the same.
And we're not
person.
talking about Kendrick
I
though.
think they're
That's
the
why I
same
didn't want to
person.
compare him to nobody. We
No, I
talking
just
about
think they're the same
Eminem.
rapper.
We talking about Eminem.
I don't think you. I think you earned that shit for real. For real. What you don't fuck with? I don't listen to him now, but I understand. I get it. I get it.
At that time, did you listen to him when his numbers was
Yeah,
through the roof?
yeah. Because he was doing songs with
Dre.
D12, Dre. He was on
God
the
About
Chronic.
Dre is a classic, right?
He was
there.
on the Chronic. 2001. He was on.
That's the thing.
G-Unit and all
I'm
that
not
shit.
talking against his songs and shit. They great songs, great numbers.
No, sorry. So answer this.
But that
so,
race shit is the reason why it separated him from a lot of motherfuckers.
So all right. So talent wise, were you?
Because if he stayed on Ruckus with with Most Def and
Talent-wise,
Common and
talent-
Yeah, they
them
beats
niggas,
was horrible back then. Yeah.
I'm saying-
Talib Kweli
he
and all
wouldn't
them,
be.
yeah.
He wouldn't. His numbers wouldn't have been them numbers.
But I don't want to switch it
That's-
to a
that's the-
conversation where it becomes my opinion versus we looking at the actual
All right, so
fact
bring it
that
full circle.
his color.
What advantage does Game have over him? Bring it full circle like that. If you think Game better than him, why?
That's not
in
what I'm
a versus,
saying.
I'm just asking. No, I'm asking a new
That's why I
question.
said I'm not comparing him to anybody.
No, I'm saying in a versus, Game said he better than him. So in a versus, I'm asking y'all why would Game win? No, you get what I'm saying?
I'm not comparing him to Game. I never said
No,
Game
I'm
will
just saying,
win.
but that's what we
I-
talking
What
about.
get Game the
That's what I'm
edge
asking.
over him? You saying the
What
verse?
game the edge over him that his music is more palatable. He got more songs that we could say
He
Game
got current
music
songs too.
aged. You know what I'm saying? He got current songs too that will probably be more palatable than a lot of people write Bull off because he white. I can't do it.
No, I don't-
watched
I
it.
don't-
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. I was there.
I
was
don't
there.
write him off. I write him down a little bit.
yeah.
He not in my 5. I just understand. Like, I make jokes about it, but I'm not really into that boom bap backpack shit. I was all the way out the loop with that shit until what's the homie name? Griselda and all them niggas. West Side Gunn and Benny Butcher brought me back into that. You know what I'm saying? I was out the loop, and now it's a whole market. So I was never a fan of that boom bap shit. Your music would have to come out of the water a little bit for me to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them artists. Granted, now it come over time, because you remember whatchamacallit wasn't scared to what's the other white boy name?
Who?
MGK. MGK went back and forth with him, and people was like, "Yo, he stood up." Yeah, now it's different. It's different now, but I think Game do songs like 300 bars.
He paved the way. All right, look, I'm gonna put it like this. He paved the way for like a Logic, right? T, you would say that?
Probably more Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Mac
No,
Miller,
somebody
Logic.
that's
Eminem paved the way for more of a Mac Miller.
Yeah.
someone that's of the culture.
Yeah.
Like he's a white guy that raps, not a white rapper. If that makes sense.
I get it. Who else? MGK, Mac Miller. Mac Miller was nice. What's the other kid from Kentucky
Jack
running
Harlow?
around? There you go.
But Winston ain't literally raps just like him though.
Who?
Logic.
Yeah, I would say Logic's a white rapper because his audience is definitely primarily
Oh, I get
white,
what you were
right?
saying with that.
Yeah.
I get what you were saying with that.
Mac Miller is just a white guy that happens to rap.
Yeah, I give Eminem.
Yeah.
I think Eminem got more black fans than all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
On the side
Eminem,
note,
just
yeah.
happens to be white and raps.
And on
Yeah.
the side note, I think while we on the subject, I think Jack Harlow gonna be around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just got picked up for
White Men Can't Jump too.
I always think
Yeah,
Jack
I think
Harlow.
he's gonna be around for a
long
I ain't gonna
time.
lie, I always fuck with Jack Harlow.
I'm not.
I liked his album.
I don't
too.
really listen to him, but I can see it. Like, you know, you can see some shit
I
playing.
like how he carries shit.
I think Jack Harlow gonna be around for a minute.
And he funny as shit.
And his raps, they like
he
he get
fucking
it.
hilarious.
He get it.
I ain't gonna lie, he hilarious.
What's the other white guy? But he got off rap quick and went straight to TV. Lil Dicky.
Oh, yeah,
He
Lil
went straight.
Dicky.
He went straight for the.
Yeah.
You
He
know
from
what I'm saying?
Philly. I mean, showing him.
Yeah, he
Pennsylvania.
he from what?
I call it
Shellingham.
Pennsylvania.
Shelton.
He from. I just say he from Pennsylvania.
I mean, that's Philly, but
Yeah, I think he gonna be around. Lil Dicky gonna be around.
I like his show too.
Yeah.
His show called Dave on FX.
Cheltenham Township, PA. Oh, he rep his set.
Shit.
What's Cheltenham though?
Showing him
Over there.
Yeah, above.
They
Like
getting
Elkins
dirty.
Park.
They getting
Like,
dirty.
yeah.
They getting dirty. It'll be Philly soon. They dirty over there.
That's what they do. They
Yeah.
push all. They push all.
Pushing them up.
Yeah, push
they
them
getting
out.
Dirty. They'll
Yeah.
be dirty. Elkins Park will be dirty soon.
That's how Compton got like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the doc on Compton. That
You ever
shit
seen
surprised
them? What
me.
it's called? Them or Us?
Yo, all right. So we ain't talk about what we did this week.
What?
I can go off into this about what I did this week. I learned about Wayne Perry and Rayful Edmond. You ever heard of them?
I heard of Rayful Evans.
I heard of Wayne Perry. but
Wow,
I
what's
heard
the
of
Wayne
what's-
Perry. All right, so
Break it
Wayne
down.
Perry was from DC. He was a notorious. Wayne Perry story falls into the Alpo shit.
Okay.
So Wayne Perry, but a lot of people don't talk about his story. They just talk about when he linked up with Alpo and all that. So Wayne Perry was a young guy from DC or whatever, and he was he's a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? His first one, they said he was 12, and his cousin asked him to do it, and he asked his cousin like, "Why me?" And his whole thing was, "Nobody gonna see you coming," and he ran with that. But he was thrown. Like, I think when it come to us, our criminals don't get like broken down like their criminals, like white people criminals. Like, if he was white, he'd be a serial killer,
Right.
Or if he was white, he'd be like a genius or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? His whole thing was, all right, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Listen, wait, don't say that.
Let me see.
His whole thing was, I'll do it, but you got to let me keep the gun. So he walked up to the guy. He was so young. Yeah, he one of them, and he's six. They say he's 6'3". He a tree. Like,
He'll never see you coming.
yes, they call him his nickname was Silk. They called him the Michael Jordan of murder. So at 12 years old, he walked up to his cousin homie and said, "Yo, can you give me some ice cream?" They go to walk, and his homie took the step. They was in the back block of DC. He took the steps, and they say Wayne Perry just took it and blasted it. But he was so young that when he had a revolver. He opened the revolver. He seen everything was still in there. He started crying. So when he got to his cousin, he said, "Why you crying?" He's like, "There's something wrong with the gun. I don't think I did it." His cousin had to show him, "No, you did it. these stay with you.
Yeah.
So from then on, it was on. He had an older brother and a younger brother. I didn't get their names. If anybody listening, y'all could just, sharpen me
Yeah,
up
let
on
us
what
know.
happened. They started hitting banks. Or whatever, and his I think his little brother died. But he was just muscling DC. Just muscling that shit. Got kicked out of school. He beat like a gym teacher with a bat or some shit. And DC wasn't sweet with him. Like somebody had tried to kill him, but it was in front of a police officer, and he killed him, went to jail, and the police officer testified self-defense on his behalf. So he came back out. Mind you, he just taking shit. He never grind. He just takes shit. Riding around in whoever car.
Like Omar.
His homie got out of jail. They pull up to a trap house. He said, yo, go in there, tell them that I'm out here and have your money and give you the money before I come in there. His homie like, what? He like, yo, go do what I just said. Go in there. And he came out with that bread. So he had the city, DC,
Scared
like
of it.
that. But he was still going through it with niggas. Niggas was still trying it because it's DC. Like, we not sweet. So one day he get caught on a humble, like a drug, it was like a gun charge or something. He was sitting for like 10 grand. But he was sitting, he ain't had no bread. But all the drug dealers in the city was letting him sit. And they said he was sitting so long that the murder started to calm down. The city started to cool off. But then some nigga from Harlem came down there and bailed him out. It was Alpo. Because they tell Alpo's story like he was untouchable, but Alpo was in DC getting handled. He was getting extorted, he was getting robbed, he was getting shot at. Because you from out of town, we not playing with you. Alpo was saying he ain't want to bring that shit down there.
Alpo, who just recently
Passed away.
Okay.
So Alpo bail him out, and they link up, and this where they story start. They take over the city, knocking down everything, but where it went sour was Alpo he a slimy nigga. This where I knock you off because I think you telling I knock you off because I seen you with a bitch that I wanted. They start chipping at their own tree.
You
know
rob
what
a
I'm saying?
bank and kill everybody that did it with you.
No, they was off the bank shit.
No, I'm saying that's
Yeah.
that's analogy.
So Alpo started making that shit slimy. You know what I'm saying? But fast forward, they'd do shit like kill you, line you, rock you to sleep. They whole thing was like, it got to be smooth. They would lie, like say, I killed your cousin, but I come to you and tell you Kenny killed your cousin, so you kill Kenny.
And then
We want you
kill
dead
him.
too, but we need you to get him out the way. That's one less body, and we get back to you when we get back to you. Like, they was lying to motherfuckers about girls. They said this nigga Wayne Perry was in a party and was kicking it with a chick. He said she was asking too many questions. Like, Alpo got him paranoid. So now a chick, he in a party, she asking too many questions, right? He said, I think she a cop. They run down on her, kidnap her. He come from the front, somebody come from the back, knock her the fuck out. They said by the time she wake up, she in a van. They had this van called the murder van. That had to come up later in the story. They said Wayne Perry just started stabbing her. Boom, 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 boom. Once she was defending it, he pulled out a gun and shot her. Boom, boom, boom. So it was another girl. He did a murder in front of her and remembered. This the genius shit. He be remembering shit. Like, yeah, she was there when I did such and such. She might tell. He sent his homie, the shooter, but he shot her in her chest twice. Boom, boom. Come back to him. Mind you, they outside broad daylight. He come back running to Wayne Perry like, yo, I did it. He like, how you do it? Like, I shot her in her chest. Wayne Perry like, what? Shot her in her chest? What you mean? Mind you, while they talking, it's a nigga behind them on the phone. Random nigga on the phone. They on the corner. He like, I shot her in her chest. She fell. Wayne Perry like, that's not how you fucking kill somebody. Pull his ratchet out, turn around. Mop. Melt ball at the phone booth and said, yo, that's how you kill somebody, and walked off. Mind you, while all this going on, gotta remember the Harlem shit going on. They indictment dropped. They come down to DC, they grab Alpo. They said at first he was trying to fake hold it down, but then they started showing him like, yo, this your New York tell, what's up?
And then the Alpo that we know
And
came
when the
about.
Alpo that we know come to life. So this van that they had, right? Alpo called home to one of Wayne Perry folks, like, yo, move the van from point A to point B. I think they on to us. Mind you, talking crazy on the phone like this from a Fed
Yes.
is crazy. But they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? So they moved the van from A to B, and the Feds grab it. They only wanted DNA for like, I think 2, and they ended up having like 15. So they grabbed Wayne Perry for 15, right? he go in there. I think at one point he was in jail with like John Gotti or some shit. But he testified, not Wayne Perry, Alpo testified, Wayne Perry take it on the chin. He ended up with 50 of them. Wayne Perry on his own, he absorbed them. Like they used to just come to him like, yo, did you do this? Did you do? It remind me, I want that.
Weebay, right? From the
Not
Wire.
even Weebay. What's the other one? That Marlo was like, I got your
Barlow.
folks. Yeah, he was just taking them. Boom, 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 boom. He took them all. It was 50, and they said at the end of the documentary, one of the agents was like, yo, we got you for 50. Was that it? They said this nigga leaned up, looked the agent in his face. It was like, me personally, is at least over 100. Nigga, I had to turn the heat up in the truck when I was listening to that shit when he said that shit, dog. So y'all got me for 50, but I'm telling you,
I got at least 100 more. It's
it's at
50
least
more.
100 more.
Go ahead, keep going. Like keep looking.
Yeah,
You'll
like
find them.
so he took them 50. I think he in ADX Florence. That's like the hardest prison out there and shit. But he Muslim now. But his his message changed, rightfully so. But he's still standing on that shit. He's like, I was conscious then, but I'm even more conscious now. Like what I was doing was wrong. It was genocide. You know what I'm saying? I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? But it was so real that when Alpo first got in there, he stood up to the point where he called the jails like, yo, hold him down. The jails called him back like, I don't know, bro. He getting a lot of visits from them folks. What's up? He like, no, he ain't that. He was that.
You talking about
time.
Alpo?
Yeah, the Fed. Remember, when the feds come see you in there, people see that shit. When they keep pulling you on the dance floor and all that shit, people see that shit.
Yeah.
So they like, yo, you sure you want us to hold him down? He ain't here talking to them people. He like, no, hold him down. He good.
That's probably how they got
And
that
all
van.
the details from the stories that I'm telling came from Alpo.
That's probably how they got that van.
Yeah, they got
He
the
probably
van.
said,
'Cause he
"Go get the
called.
van,"
Go
and
get the
then-
van.
yeah.
And the feds picked the van up before he got to where he was supposed to get.
Point B.
The van was already
Yeah, that's the,
chilling wherever the
yeah.
fuck it was at. He lied just to get the van moving and shit.
Yeah, you probably know where it was at. So he like,
Yeah, mind you, they was doing all that shit in the van. Like his whole shit was he always sit in the back seat, Alpo would sit in the driver's seat, and whoever the food was for the day would sit in the passenger seat. They said Alpo would look in the mirror, look in the rearview mirror, and nod his head.
Is that how they took what's the name out?
That's how he did him too.
Yeah, and they dumped him on the side of the road.
Yeah, he did that on the way to DC. You know what I'm saying? So he made that shit grimy. You know what I'm saying? But with I watched that one. These niggas remind me of like Marlo and Chris because
no loose ends.
no, not Alpo and Wayne Perry. I'm talking about Wayne Perry and Rayful Edmond because Rayful Edmond was the total opposite. He was running it up. He was selling raw coke like before they turned that shit into crack and shit. And he was running his shit like a business. He had shifts.
Mm-hmm.
He knew who owed what and all that kind of shit. People used to want to write it. They used to try to write it down.
And
They
allegedly,
used
he keep it in his head or some shit.
And
Like
that's
Yeah, he
crazy.
said,
You
"Yo,
look
stop
at
writing."
old head, you really wouldn't like, you know what I'm saying? You
no,
really
he
wouldn't
wasn't.
think nothing of it.
He wasn't. He was because he wasn't. No, he was just smart.
Yeah.
I'm about to get
He
into
wa-
it. So he would
He
run his.
wasn't in the Wire.
Was he? Is he Marlo?
If it was the DC area, there's got to be some connection there.
Yeah, I think he was. I think they made Rayful Evans off of Marlo.
It's probably
so he was
inspiration.
smart as shit. He would tell them they would. You ever see
you
drug
probably
dealers?
Google Marlo T
Write
and they
down
tell you
every-
it's based on him.
Nathan Barksdale. The information is Nathan Barksdale.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, some of them niggas from the Wire was inspired.
One of the best. Okay.
Yeah.
That's who Barksdale was based off. Rayful Edmond.
Oh, keep going though. What you was saying?
Yeah. So
Oh, he got a documentary out, The Life of Rayful.
he was. What fucked him up is that he was running DC. He had it ran like a business, right? His shit was low key, quiet. He wasn't a killer, but he had niggas around him. But they was drawing, making it hot with the shooting and shit. He said one day, they had the boy in the documentary. He said one day he shot like 6 people in like January, but then he shot like 11 people in February. They said Rayful Evans came to him damn near crying because on the news, you making it hot. Now we on the news, they got me looking like I'm dangerous. I'm not even dangerous. It's y'all niggas. So he was damn near crying like, yo, y'all gotta stop with the, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, who was he saying that to?
There you go, right there. Go back up, T. Tamara Stanfield. Inspiration was Marlo Stanfield. So he was based off of somebody, just not Rayful
We talking about,
Edmond. Yeah, so eventually he keep running it up. But But the whole time the documentary coming, the community like crying out like they basically saying like, yo, we don't got no boats, we don't got no ships. Who doing this to us? Rayful Edmonds was in bed with your man from Snowfall. If I'm correct, that shit was coming from Cali.
Okay.
Just around the same time. So he eventually, you get big enough, your indictment come down, you get indicted. They wild with the shit because that conspiracy case, they can swing that shit as wide as they want. Y'all live in this house, he bought this house with drugs, y'all know what's going on. We taking y'all. They had his aunt, they had his mom, they had grandkids under the indictment,
The
all kind of
objective is
shit.
to grab motherfuckers that ain't had shit to do with nothing.
They
just to make you
So
or take
they his mom friend, they made her wire up and they was talking in a diner and they said his mom gave it all up, boom, on how he started and all that shit, where he started from and all that shit. And they used that shit in court on him, banged him, it was over. Mind you, he ended up in some jail over Lewisburg and shit. And this where the government be having a hand in this shit, right? And we all know the score when it come to that. But this nigga ran DC, right? You know what he was outside doing. Why would his cellmate be the son of Griselda Blanco?
yeah, that's
Come on. All it take is one conversation. What you here for? I used to run DC. What you here for? Me? I run fucking Columbia with my mom. Oh, word?
now it's the connection. The
They said
pipeline
these
is
niggas
made.
used to get 15 minutes of phone time a day in this jail. They said the son name was Chicky. They said Chicky and Rayful used to be on the phone for 3 hours a fucking day. They said his empire in jail was worse than his empire
on
when
the
he was
street.
outside because that shit was coming from Colombia from cheaper. Now where it fall apart is niggas being niggas start chipping at the packs, wasn't paying, right? It's routine, but we running it up. So him and Cheeky, they cool. We still on the same page. Niggas owe money. We gonna get around to them. Them folks in Colombia ain't trying to hear that. Yo, where the rest of this paper at? So it was routine like this. Mind you, he's such and such son though. So he like, yo, get off my top. I'm running DC right now. Man, that little bit of paper, we gonna be all right. So we go on and go on and go on.
Oh, that little shit add up. They don't like
The
that
little
shit.
shit add up. This nigga Chicky get killed in jail. They said the nigga Rayful Edmonds flipped. He flipped. Like he think it came from his folks.
It's from the Colombians.
You remember Griselda Blanco? She had knocked you down. Like she was the one that had that shit. She the one with the list.
Yeah.
Who owe us $20? Go. What's taking so long with this $20? You know what I'm saying? Son get hit. Now he even looking at it like two ways. His fucking mom gonna think I did it, or his fucking mom did it, and I'm next.
Yeah, but either
Flip
way,
instantly. He called home and tell everybody, yo, get me that money. This before Cheeky died. He said, yo, get me that money or y'all coming in here with me. Now, if I was on the other end of that phone, it's like,
I'm getting that money for you.
no, I'm not.
You ain't getting that money for him?
No, he's telling. Get that money or you coming in here with me.
Hey, tell him what you said. You want to stay out there, though? What you going?
So what I look
he
like
gonna
giving
tell
you the
either way.
money
He gonna
and I
tell
get,
either way. He
yeah,
gonna
like
tell
it's
regardless.
sour,
He gonna tell
yeah.
either way.
That was his message. Like, get that money in here or y'all coming in here with me. I'm never answering your phone call again. It said, so he went sour with his runners for talking like that. People put two and two together, but then Chicky get killed and he flipped. He flipped that way, the DC way, and he flipped on them and was running. They was still on the phone with him and he was setting them up from Bogota and Colombia and shit, getting the
Drops and shit like
getting
that.
the drop, getting that shit, picking them off that way too and shit. So once homie died, he's like, how did he die? He was so respected over here in this jail and where he from. That came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So both of their stories was crazy. It reminded me of like Marlo and fucking Chris because they ran that shit up. They said he was up like 300 M's. He just recently got released like 2019 and shit.
Who?
Rayful
Edmonds?
Edmonds. He's still alive.
Yeah, I seen an interview with him or something like that.
That shit crazy. Like
He probably
them
get
niggas
got,
be
though,
geniuses though. Like they just fall into
And that's
like
the fucked up
street-
part. A lot of
that's
niggas
the
think
thing.
that they can just be smart and just run it like that, not knowing that you go and get your hands tied to some street shit. Like there ain't no way around it because it's tied. It go hand in hand. Like you can't just be a drug. You can like all the niggas that say I'm a get money nigga. I ain't no like killer.
You can't. It's
You
no way
going?
around it.
Your hands gonna get tied up sooner or later. You gonna have to make a move. So it's best to just stay out of that shit. If you ain't willing to go the extent, you gotta look at the extremes. If you ain't willing to go
Like
the
that's
extent,
a fantasy. Them niggas think like we could just get money quietly.
Yeah.
No violence. No
at all.
No altercation. It was 2019, right? Yeah, he got released in 2019. I'm pretty sure he's still up.
And he probably
That's like every time
He got real beef on his hands.
he
like,
can't be somewhere in the island though. Them Colombians could
yeah, he got real beef.
Y'all South Dakota somewhere, probably laying low.
Did you hear what happened to Alpo?
I know he got killed. He smoked.
You hear how?
Yeah, they killed
Or
him.
was over? Over a track road rage. He ran into somebody on a bike, right? Young nigga, 27, young nigga from that era. He don't know nothing about nothing
Alpo,
you did.
He don't give a fuck about none
Well,
of
before
that.
say them bodies old as shit. He ain't know none of that.
What you doing now?
Road rage
on that
in the
type
bike,
of time?
right? He said this nigga laid on Alpo. Alpo doing all that parade and shit, running around the city and all that. They said this nigga was from here with it. Just watching him. 27-year-old. Laid on him. Halloween at night. Mask,
and all that.
everything. Watch the nigga. They said he wasn't even on his joint. Mind you, he been watching him, but this day he was chilling. But he was on his top so much. But Alpo so...
Nonchalant.
They say the nigga seen it. He was coming out of the store and seen him get in his truck. I'm like, oh shit, that's my guy right there. Let me go. I mean, it's a Halloween night. Ain't nobody out here. And ran him down. They said where he crashed at, up New York. I don't know if y'all know, like a whole block would be dedicated to like where cops park their cars at and shit. They
Yeah.
said he smacked in a couple of them and shit where he killed him and shit.
Damn.
And
Like
I
around,
guess
it's
when they,
one of them joints type
and I-
joints around like 42nd Street,
yeah,
like near
Harlem
like,
shit. So
That's
I guess
crazy
when
though.
he, like
A strategic killer though, somebody that just don't kill. That's if you
Serial killer shit, bro.
Sit back and watch and then you wait.
just lay it on him. Why
I
you
ain't gonna lie,
why
but
you
if
out
you-
here parading at the club and
Some
all that
movie
shit?
shit.
It's a nigga sitting in the back just watching you, like,
waiting to get you at that right time and shit.
and
like
then
that.
got you on this random joint. Like, oh shit, I was gonna get you tomorrow,
Did
but
they,
you out
did, they,
here.
did they catch a boy that did that
Yeah,
shit?
they kept, that's how I got the story. He told him what happened.
Oh,
Basically.
alright.
Yeah, it's over. But
How
he,
they catch him?
I don't know. Probably
Killing on Halloween
cameras.
that's kind of ingenious though. All you gotta do is be masked up.
Not
have,
even
like,
that. He
costume.
probably didn't like.
ingenious.
Probably didn't care to beat.
Yeah,
like,
beat court.
It's not even. It's probably like how to. Mind you, he outpost. It's no
Because them
telling,
type- you gotta
no
think-
telling what he said
But
or
you
he
gotta
spit
think-
on him or
but
some
you gotta
foul
think
shit.
them-
Like, you know
them
what I'm saying?
type-
They make
them-
him sit on you for months. It was hot out. They
You
said
gotta
when
think. You
that
gotta
shit
think.
happened.
Them type niggas. They want some type of like shit for all the shit that they put all the like all that like watching them and all that shit. He wants some
He wants
type of
some,
acknowledgement for that
recognition
I did
shit.
that.
for their
Yeah,
work.
and I
He
tell you how,
dedicated,
like
though.
with the bull, like
He laid
same way
on
when
him
he
for months.
same way
That
with the
was
100
kinda
bodies.
money.
He said,
Dedicated.
"Oh
No,
no,
he said he was cool. They
We
said
gonna
he was
get-
smooth as shit.
Yeah, we gonna get it right. No, I had 100. Nigga, get it right.
So he, y'all think
if you
he-
gonna fuck, like you know what I'm saying, like they
Take somebody
psycho.
to buzz,
Probably,
you're saying,
probably
like-
they work.
Yeah.
No, he got court.
Oh,
probably
alright.
off camera, but I'm taking the buzz. I'm spending the rest of my
Yeah.
life for him.
Yeah,
I'm taking
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
did
killed
that.
him. I remember when I watched him this day, he was slipping. I could have did it, but no, I said I'm gonna wait.
That's
Like
he,
that
I
type
almost thought he couldn't be
shit.
touched either. That's probably what it was.
The nigga was in Maine. You could have took over Maine.
Niggas like to
nigga.
be seen as brilliant for that type shit.
What was the name? Alberto or some shit up Maine? You could have stayed up there.
Somebody sit on somebody. That's dedication. That's
He
a lot
had
of
karma.
time.
He had
A lot
karma.
of
Like
time
game,
on him.
I
game
thought
said
it was
it.
a DC nigga. I thought it was like a DC
lot
nigga.
of
that-
time.
Game, but
on
game
him.
said it. Game said karma. Karma did it. All the bullshit he done did is like you couldn't tell me he was gonna come
he
home
say
and
you
just be
slimy
happy.
nigga, right? That's how you. That's how you.
Karma.
Go.
Slimy,
Yeah, that's how
yeah.
you go
Karma.
out. Yeah, that's how you go out.
Karma, you
From a
read
kid,
You got 10 times worse
a
stuff.
kid laying on you.
Karma.
They don't give a fuck about
No
nothing.
matter
you
who
did.
pulled the trigger, it's gonna happen or that way. He wasn't gonna die old.
He was gonna die regardless. Karma.
He wasn't aging to die.
That or he do die old and be looking over his fucking shoulder, but he's so fucking nonchalant that it had to happen like that.
No, I'm saying though, like usually, like you said, how you just say slimy. A nigga like that, that's slimy. It's rare the nigga that's slimy, like you age. Somebody eventually, you know what I'm saying? Somebody put two together, know what you did and shit like that. You can go out like that. Somebody they gonna murder you.
Yeah.
You slimy. It's just like you did too much fucking dirt. So it's
I like how cocky he was about the bullshit.
feel me?
Who?
Alpo.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Even on interviews, that type of shit. Like
That's
you
who,
literally, you
Cameron
literally
was,
talk-
right? And people-
that's what I'm saying. Like you went on a press run with that shit. Like
Well, I heard all them niggas played with them folks though. I heard
yeah, but
all
I'm
them
talking
did.
about like just as far as like killing your man and
except
shit.
for the one that got Rich Porter. They said once he died, I heard all them niggas was
Right,
on
yeah.
play with them folks.
a
Like,
lot of the higher ups do.
and that be the thing about it. Like, eventually you gotta like the government come down on you. Ain't no way around that shit.
Yeah, especially if you ain't
But it's
got
just
them in your
interesting to
pocket.
watch like how that shit always play out. It's always self-destructive. Like, it's no the street. You can't have a violentless run. Like, you can't have a run with no violence. You gotta remember
Like I
people
said, it go
still
hand in
rob.
hand. They go
Nigga,
hand in hand.
Everybody not real. You know
Let
what
me
I'm
see
saying?
what's the
Gotta
name.
go, it go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Snowfall, prime example. Remember Franklin didn't want violence. in the
Yeah.
beginning?
Oh, Rayful Edmond before he got with the bull from
Snowfall.
put Ray, what's the bull real name from Snowfall?
Snowfall, I can't
Ricky
think of it.
Rick Ross, right?
Freeway Ricky, yeah.
Wait, what? Who was in Snowfall?
I don't think it was Rick Ross.
I think Freeway Ricky Ross and Rayful Edmond was in bed together. That's how he was getting that shit.
Oh, it is.
Put Freeway Ricky Ross and Rayful Edmond. I think it was them. I think it was them too. I think he was getting that shit from Ricky Ross before.
Freeway tried to sue my man Rick Ross.
He
over
wasn't?
the name. That's crazy too. He ain't never get.
You don't see it, right?
No, it doesn't show
He
any
said he was
connection.
fucking with some niggas from Cali. If anybody asks, I'll give him the.
Probably was.
Was
I'll
it the
go
same
back.
time?
I think it was around the same time. Yeah, if that shit was coming from.
He
all
out
over
now?
there. Who?
Everybody
Ricky
out.
Ross.
Yeah, he out. He cool.
been out.
They say like he worked for Mill, Cool Mill.
Yeah, he probably had some shit under somebody's bed. I'd have made sure I had some. Like
Yeah, right.
that'd be the only thing. Once you can't. Ain't no. You know what I'm saying?
They said he was good at tennis
Well,
too.
You know what's crazy though? To do that time, it's probably easy to do that time. You know, you got some bread coming home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably like, you know what I'm saying, like a couple mil and shit like that. Like,
Remember, they was a lot of people wasn't, but they should have been.
But imagine
like,
how anxious you is to make sure it's still there. Like that shit probably be killed. Damn, my
Oh,
sister
you
found my
can have a
shit.
laundromat, a gas station, some type of shit. This the
Bro, that shit
80s.
at the house or
Everybody,
something,
everybody was. You was either on that
son.
shit or you
That's
was
what the
on that
mafia
shit. That shit was
did.
easy. Like the stories they be telling. Like if you watch the documentaries, the money they was making in an hour, niggas making a week now.
Exactly.
Like, well, I had a bag of caps. They was going in the hour. I believe that shit. You gotta remember, crack was cool at some point. Unfortunately, I don't know why it was the new thing. Like
80s shit was booming.
crack was perks. Like if
Yeah,
you do
just
your
like
research on crack, it's the fastest high. Like it hits you instantly. I think it stayed for like 10
They
to
be like
15
this.
minutes,
They be like-
and then you back out there. Like now
Soon
you
as they
want
hit that
now
shit,
you
you
want
want your
two
fix-
of them.
yeah, you
like
want
you
your
know what I'm
fix
saying?
again.
So in an hour you can make like $1,000 off somebody. They was saying like back then I believe whether they rich or not, I believe every old head that said they was getting money in the 80s. I believe it. What you did with it was up to you, but I believe it was
Yeah.
wide open back then.
You could tell from fucking watching shows how easy it was to make money back then as
Yeah.
opposed to now. Like,
Gotta remember, the shit was cool. So your homie did crack. Like you ain't really have to
Yeah.
leave your block. Like
Yeah.
just find out who was like your homie was doing it and selling
you
it.
ever
You know
watch?
what I'm saying?
You ever watch shows? They be like, damn, like was it ever like a fucking border patrol? Like they getting this shit over there. That shit
No,
crazy.
nigga, because they
Government.
in on it. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing with the
The
Rayful
government in
Edmonds.
on
They
it.
were
How
saying
you
they like, yo, we don't have no boats, we don't have no planes. How the fuck we keep getting all this coke
Oh,
and all these
shit over
big
there.
Niggas
ass
don't even know where
guns?
niggas don't even know where these places is on the map. How the fuck you think we going over there and getting this
Yeah,
shit?
that's crazy.
Niggas are getting plugged in, bro.
Your man was in the fucking cleaners and stumbled upon a dead body in fucking bricks. Paid in full.
Yeah.
He ain't had to go far to get his connect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lulu.
And it's crazy because you might meet somebody and then they might connect you whole time.
That
That
was
might
probably
be a
another
government.
fucking
You know what I'm
Lulu 2 blocks down the street that ran the cleaners. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That shit was That shit was around back then. The door was wide open, just like that fucking what's that boat called that went missing a couple years ago? PJ Morgan. They said it was a bunch of coke on that boat. We ain't heard about it since.
Shit ain't go missing.
No, don't worry about that. We got that.
Yes, it drowned. It
Yeah,
drowned.
drowned. The boat, we lost. The boat went underwater. and
They
shit,
said all the
like-
dolphins shit, they high as a kite, it drowned. It was cool. We cool. Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit real. Yo, that's crazy how much shit was coming over. They still finding coke from when George Young and all them niggas was dropping that shit in the water out in Miami. That shit will still pop up like this years later. They still come across. Oh, I found this shit was in
Shit
a
probably good.
Shit was in a pineapple.
So yo, take a whiff of this. This shit probably good.
Any given day, you hit a lick on Miami Beach. Any given day.
That's how much they was playing with that shit, losing that shit. That shit just going to the budget. Yeah, we going to lose
You
some
ever
of them.
seen,
You know what I'm saying? So
Remember John was telling you about the
look,
cocaine
that's how that
cowboys?
shit
though?
looking. There's a couple of them still floating around in the water.
Go swimming, Kenny.
You never see that John was
I
telling you
could, I
about
would.
cocaine cowboys? on
That's how
Netflix?
easy it was. No cameras or nothing. That shit just drop it right there. Somebody get it.
Fuck it. Just want to watch it, sure.
Put this shit in your jacket. They was still doing that shit.
That's
Bringing
great.
coke over in suitcases and shit, doing little compartments and
They had
suitcases
their own
and
little
shit.
planes, like all that shit.
Shit was wide open
Yo,
back
what a
then.
time to probably be alive in the 80s, dog. It probably was a
You
time.
was either high or you was rich.
I've been rich. I ain't getting high off of shit.
Y'all ever see that Netflix joint, Cocaine Cowboys?
I just talking about that.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. That's that shit right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Talking
That's
about,
what
Playing with
plane-
planes,
they
with
they
the
own
loud
planes.
planes. That wasn't even the big planes. The Jones that with the boat John, like they
Yeah.
drop, they just dropping that shit on each other.
Willie,
Like,
Willie Falcone and Sal. Yeah, that
Yeah.
joint.
yeah,
them
they was
niggas-
rich.
them-
They rich now.
Yeah.
Talking about all the money they lost. Yo, we was.
And them niggas was on a run, but they was hiding in plain sight. That's
Don't
crazy.
some of them coke niggas own some of them build them big ass skyscrapers in Miami and
Yeah.
all that shit? Like, come on,
Yeah.
dog.
The
They
whole
was-
city.
Yeah, like all that shit is coke money.
They name probably
Miami still look
Miami
like the
built
80s.
off
Yeah,
coke.
it do.
If you look at Miami, it's nice as shit, but it still look like it's the
Yeah.
80s. Like
It-
them houses set up and
it
all that
still
shit look like Scarface.
Yeah, I was
still
about to
living
say
in
it
them
still
bitches.
All them
like
niggas that
Scarface.
told and ratted, they all got houses in
like two
Boca
blocks
Raton
up, like
and
two
all that
blocks
shit,
up from
all
like
the Florida
Howard,
cities,
like
Key
two blocks.
Boca Raton.
Boca Raton and Boca Raton because they
fuck
be
is Boca
ratting.
Raton?
It's like a prestige area in Miami. and shit.
Boca Raton?
Yeah, it's a good area like Key West and all that shit. Miami is it's a lot down there. A
told me
lot of
something.
a lot of suburban places.
Shit, here I was thinking only thing in Miami was Collins Avenue. There's
No,
more.
that's one area. Like you
that's
can take a
crazy.
ride north or south. It's a lot of rich places where people. Orlando look good too.
It's a
like,
lot
as
of
far as
money in Miami.
All them niggas that testified and all that shit, they all down
So
there.
it's safe to say anywhere you at near water, you could bring that shit in. It's like it's
yeah, at that point, yeah.
because Miami probably that far from Columbia. Them what's up?
No, it's
Columbia?
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Colombia,
so
Puerto Rico,
yeah.
all that shit. We was bringing that shit.
Yeah,
over.
I've been rich in the
Boat
80s.
or air, yeah, boat, air.
Definitely.
I would have had $100 million in the 80s, like 16 baby moms.
I probably
Real shit.
You think you'd have did?
He'd have been a
coke?
deadbeat dad.
You'd try.
He'd have been a
Nah,
deadbeat
fuck no.
dad.
You'd have been missing a couple
Oh,
teeth.
fuck
Keep it
no,
real.
nigga.
In the
Yeah,
80s, he would have been a deadbeat
No,
dad.
coke was the shit. Like you gotta remember, it's crazy because
Never get high off your own
they look
supply.
down on crack, but
Don't know
coke was the
fucking
shit.
coke.
It's the same shit. Give
I
it
didn't
take
do
some
weed
water
on
and
some
ice.
coke. Nah, I'm cool. I'll do coke.
That shit crazy. But all them niggas that testified, they
You heard
down,
him
they
though. He
down.
said he would have had 16 baby moms. You'd have been a deadbeat dad.
Oh, that and they and,
Well, money
and
like
the
that
chicks
take
and the
care of all
chicks
of them.
and the chicks was and the chicks was they was getting high.
Oh yeah, everybody was getting It was a good
Chicks was
time.
getting
The
high.
chicks was fucking.
It's like
They
when
probably
girls
was-
smoke weed now.
The party was coked out.
Take me back to the 80s. I'm going to the 80s.
He want to fuck cokehead. Look.
Going to the 80s. I ain't fucking with coke here.
They all cokehead, bro.
Pre-cokehead.
That's what we trying to tell you.
16 baby moms, bro.
Nah.
8 of them bitches gonna be cokehead.
Nah.
Unfortunately,
They all clean.
I mean, you could be hell.
Even-
You
That's what I'm saying.
But listen,
you
Before
could be
the-
a cokehead that eat 3 meals a
But
day and look
listen,
good.
even if they
You gonna have heart
not,
problems.
even if they not cokeheads, by fucking with you, they fuck around, try that shit. Real shit. How many
It's
times?
getting loose off
a
the
lot of
hard.
women. A lot of women get turned out by the niggas that they fucking
It's
with.
crazy because the hard was like the porn man drug at one point, but the coke, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Y'all high as shit. I ain't been to
Me
sleep.
personally, I don't think I never would have did it though. Being back then, I don't think I would have. I think me as a person, I don't fuck
I
with
wouldn't
whoever doing
because
it.
I ain't smoked weed yet. I never
ain't
smoked
doing
weed a
it.
day in my
Yeah, I
life.
never smoked either, so I don't think I did
Like,
it.
I
They
never
was running
smoked
it
weed
up
a
with
day
the
in my
weed.
life.
They was doing the same thing with the weed, dropping the weed out the
barrels.
Yeah. Remember the weed was first.
You know, there's always two types of people in this world, though. You got the shit you can sell, or you gonna do the shit. I'ma sell the shit.
I think that's what
Yeah, I
I
would've
think that's
read
what the
that.
80s
I'ma
was.
sell shit.
Yeah, it wasn't no in between.
Like, or you was struggling. 'Cause
I ain't
remember,
really-
jobs was them factory jobs and all that shit. That motherfuckers
Yeah.
start getting laid off and shit. You had to do something. Shake and bake.
Even
If your jumper wasn't like
Not
that.
cool with the
you ever
pipes,
seen? I know y'all probably
the
you seen
needles, That
BMF.
shit chuck.
What?
What?
Pipes, the needles, that shit chuck.
Yeah, that shit.
Like, we not
You seen
gonna do all
BMF
that.
though, right? The show BMF, like that was around the 80s. How
He
these
would've
getting
been in the
bread. and shit
alleyway
like. They
getting
said the only reason he got caught, he ain't switch his fucking
no.
his shit over. He moved from fucking Detroit to Atlanta. He ain't switch his shit over. So the Detroit indictment came and got it. He switched like his address and shit like that over. He would have been cool and shit like that. 'Cause
Nigga
remember,
shit.
remember, they was already
Yeah,
transitioning.
a white man would have known
going
that
legit.
shit.
It was
They
gonna
be
go like
on that
music and
pussy.
shit like
I
that.
don't think it's nobody that was back then that had a quota. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Your
don't-
ambition probably kept you from saying, because that was one thing they said at Rayful Evans. They said, "Yo, he said he was gonna make an M and then go to college." No, you're not.
Nah.
You're not walking away from this. You make an M a week.
And
Fuck
I
you need
tell-
college
Bro,
for?
I talk about this shit all the time. The lifestyle is just as addicting as the drug.
Yeah.
Because once you start, you be
That was
like, I'm not going to work no 9 to 5.
300
If I-
million. He said he was gonna make an M and walk away. Your fucking runners make an M.
Yeah, you.
You got runners that make 250 a fucking every
And that's
6
what it
months.
goes. It
probably.
goes back to what I was saying last pod, Poetic Red.
He was selling raw coke before.
You chasing shit that you never gonna stop. You never gonna catch. It's a high.
Yeah.
Making money is a high.
It's a rat race.
You gonna keep chasing.
I think I could
That's
walk
why you
away?
gotta find happiness within. Intrinsic value.
You think what?
Y'all can walk away. If I get the,
It's easier said than done.
there's just a number. Us right now, like
Because
the,
when you're making $300 million, you got $300 million problems. You know what I'm saying? Or is that you gonna justify it in your head like I can't stop now?
See, them niggas that get locked up though, I don't think they could see the whole board either. Because it's like after you make a certain amount, it's like if you come from poverty too, you should be set. But like you said, that lifestyle is addicting and shit like that. Once you get to $100, $150, that's more money than you ever had. You feel me? You should be.
That's more money than you ever need.
That's just like
if you live right.
I think
Just chill.
it's probably easy said than done. I think I'd probably be able
said
to
it
walk away.
was.
$300 million, you should have walked his ass away though.
At 10, 15,
It's too
I would have
late.
been cool
They
with
see-
20.
I remember they seen the indictment. They
Yeah,
said it
yeah.
to the point where they wasn't even hiding it. They would wave to the motherfuckers if they was coming. I just had some shit put in the wall somewhere. I know they coming, but make sure this 10 million.
Stay in the wall and shit like this so I get
when
back,
come
yeah.
back out. I'm about it. This my crib.
Just gotta
Well, this your crib.
keep up paying that shit. That's
This
all.
my crib, but it's your crib. So when they come snatching me, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Take this dime. You get chip at it. You get chip at it if need be.
That go back to them. They don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Who can you trust?
Your mom.
If I leave 10 million in your wall,
mom
you gonna
book.
be there in 30, 20 years
Your
when I
mom
get out?
book.
No, well, I'm just
You're
saying. I
not.
was like in general, our mom.
You're
ain't-
not gonna be there in 20 years when I get out. Because 9
They
times out
swung
of
that
10,
conspiracy. His mom, his aunt, people that ain't had shit to do with that shit.
Oh, you're on the subject. Y'all gotta think. If that was in a position, who's somebody y'all think y'all could trust though? Like y'all could leave that 10 mil right there. Now, y'all know that should be there. Say you gotta do like 5 years of dime. That should be there when you get out and shit like that.
It's a couple people. I know where to get.
Yeah,
I know where to get
it's a couple
chipped at.
No, I'm saying
I
somebody
let
you
it be known like you could chip at it if need be.
Yeah,
but
but-
don't.
but I
have me
wouldn't
tell
tell
bulk
them
of
that.
it
I
be
wouldn't
there,
tell them
though.
that.
Matter of fact, I would tell them it's a M. It's a M. And they don't know
No.
about the other 9. It's an M. Hold this M down till I get back. Hold this crib down.
And you got the M in like
but you
another
get this
spot
M.
in the crib.
No, I got the other 9 somewhere else in
That's
the
what I
crib.
meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Hold this M down that's right in front
I'm
of you
not
till I
telling them
get
chip
back.
is shit because you already know they gonna do it. If you give somebody an inch, they take them
Cause I
out.
come
But
home,
if you don't give them
cause
shit,
I'ma
they
come
only
home
gonna
and
take
you
an
gonna
inch.
have 350, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? All right.
No, that's why you don't tell them.
So you said your mom? Your mom? Your mom?
they
You
don't
don't
got a
tell them
couple
chip
people
away
like
at
that,
it.
yeah.
Because if you give a motherfucker
I'm saying
inch,
if emergency.
if you give them no, because they gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even tell them it's in there. I'll just say hold
look,
this crib down.
You give a motherfucker an inch, they take
Something,
them out.
What?
Look,
His girl.
Cause I said I got a couple people and he picked
I said
my
your girl.
up.
Yeah, I
said,
got you.
yeah.
you give a motherfucker an inch, they take them out. You don't give them shit, they take an
Can't
inch.
trust her with nothing.
I'd rather motherfucker take an inch than a mile any day.
My
Fuck
grand, I'm to my grandma. I know that's all tend to be there when I get the fuck
I'm
back.
about to say my grandma. Yeah, I know my grandma. Not
I want
gonna
your
touch
girl, nigga. She live that lifestyle. You come back, you had 10. Now you got what do you got? You got 250,000 left.
350. Damn.
dollars.
That's no girl with that shit, dog.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That light, I
Motherfuckers
couldn't-
make it with
it's
different
too
feelings
late.
every day.
Girls don't even stick around when you.
Remember they kidnapping niggas,
Yeah, I ain't.
robbing niggas, extorting
Yeah.
niggas. That shit was real. But you can't get money. Like that shit go hand in hand. Money and violence. The less I'm pretty sure the more violence you was, the less problems you
You know
had.
what's
but
crazy,
you're still making it hot.
You want money and violence? You don't want money? You want money with no violence? You gotta join Wall Street. And it's still fucking violence on fucking Wall
violence,
Street.
somebody still-
Yeah, but
Cause they
There's
still
some
play
white-
dirty and bet on a dog
Yeah.
fight or some shit. Now you owe somebody $100. Yeah, like
Yeah.
They put hits out.
Money
That's
and
what it
violence
is.
go
That's
hand
the
in
difference between them.
the mob, right?
They'll put hits out.
But
Wall
they
Street
started
and all
that Rico
shit.
charge shit to where
yeah, grab everybody and
just
shit
grab
like that.
everybody and let that shit shake down. That's why Big Meats, he didn't get court. It was just a conspiracy charge. I'm like, damn, if they do put this shit together, they gonna hang me forever. But I'm gonna take this deal off this conspiracy, knowing y'all ain't got shit.
Exactly. And I see some daylight soon.
And I say some daylight, whatever we had going on probably was still going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like Big Meats and all them guys, I'm pretty sure
Yeah, they got
once
people.
they sit down, that shit don't stop. Like, let's be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's beyond them now.
There's a network in place. That's why.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
all-
he gonna come home to a here,
Yeah,
bro.
they-
Some old Lil Face 20s, some old hundreds, or some shit.
And they
that
say
had
he helped a
sitting
lot of
around
motherfuckers
somewhere.
out too. So it's like he gonna come home to something too.
That's
like,
Wax said that too. He said you supposed to like. That's another thing I respect. He said a lot of who he said fell off. Sure, because he didn't put nobody else in place for when you went down.
Yeah.
Because when you go down, if I'm up, I put y'all in place. If I go down, I know when I come home, I could hit y'all up. He ain't had
And
nobody
we
he could
don't
hit up.
necessarily have to be doing that once you get
Yeah, we
home.
can do something.
We can be
Yeah.
doing some other
we could do
shit.
something legit. Yeah.
They probably could have turned it legit. Like what Gucci wife
Well, they
did.
was trying to turn
The
BMF
Gucci
to,
wife was on some
music
shit
and shit
with
like
that
that,
bread.
right?
What she gave him 6
Yeah, they
mil,
was
she turned it to
trying
what?
at the end.
That's a rumor. I don't
Yeah.
know if she like
Yeah.
that.
They said they was gonna have fucking, Young Jeezy was like, They said he was gonna have Tay Diggs play Young Jeezy on BMF. If Tay Diggs play fucking Young
Yo,
Jeezy,
what's up with him and April Jones? What's that?
They happy.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the fucking
what?
She was an honorable mention.
10 fucking
We could do that
the
real
next
quick.
one.
We got, yeah, we still got.
We gonna do the next one. Do it right now.
We got.
What time we in? What's our time?
Feel
117.
me, 50?
Let's do it for the next joint.
All right.
All right, it's the one that for we was potting today.
Yeah, it
This
was a
shit
good
crazy.
joint.
104 episode what?
86. Don't forget, like,
Peace.
comment, and subscribe on the YouTube, man.
Grab the
we gotta
merch too.
get
We got
the
the
bean.
merchandise. Grab
Merch
the
Aim,
merchandise.
Yeah, hit up
Gotta
the
get to a
YouTube.
bean. Yes,
Peace.
yes, yes.